Hong Kong Racing heads to Sha Tin on Sunday for the final Group 1 of the season. That's the Standard Chartered Champions and Chater Cup. We've looked at that. Now we're going to look at the main race on the undercard, which is the Sha Tin Vase. Group 3, 1,200 metres, so a handicap. Skyfield won the sprint on International Day. He shoulders the 1:33. But Lucky Patch is second up from a long break because he fell on International Day. Hot King Prawn, last year's champion sprinter. A lot of these horses coming out of the Chairman's Sprint Prize last time out. Till you get right down to the bottom, we've got California Deep Shot, Cordyceps 6 and Nervous Witness all coming up in class. A Nervous Witness tackling the 1,200 metres for the first time as well. So the weight's important. We'll take a little bit of a deeper dive on that in a second. But first up, Tom, we'll have a look at the speed map. A Nervous Witness, he's got lots of speed over 1,000. I suppose they use it here over the 1,200 as well, don't they?
You'd say they would. Wagner Borges riding here might put up a pound over, but he's got all that speed, as to does Lucky Patch. He might get a good run through from gate number 1. Computer Patch, as we've seen, Paul, he's not totally one-dimensional anymore. He ran pretty well last start.
He did. He was set just off the pace, didn't he? And still ran well. So Success is drawn wide, so he'll need a bit of luck. And Hot King Prawn, he'll be one that'll try and get some cover. Unfortunately, he's drawn pretty wide. Look, the horses like Cordyceps 6 and Skyfield, who I think are a couple of the main chances, they'll go back and they'll want some good pace from Nervous Witness. And I think he will try and stretch them out.
Yeah, so probably two of the main chances. We've got top weight and bottom weight possibly whipping the field in. But that's where we'll start, in actual fact, with one of the genuine Group 1 horses in the field, and that is Skyfield and his trainer, Casper Founds. Right after, Tom, we've looked at the previous winners.
Yes, Courier Wonder won this race last year and did it in good style as well. The Courier Wonder, just a 3-year-old little giant, shouldered the big weight. And Kellen Murray on the board there as well with Lucky Year a few years ago. All
right, there you go. OK, Casper's been waiting patiently for us, and we can hear from him now.
Casper, Skyfield, one of your stable stars, will line up on Sunday afternoon. How is he?
He's extremely well, actually. He's in great nick. Yeah, looking forward to the race. Obviously, handicap conditions, carrying 133. It's always tough in Hong Kong, you know, when you've got these up-and-coming sprinters. Richard Gibson's horse looks the one off 113, and David Hayes is receiving weight off me with his horse as well. So they look to be the two toughest ones to crack, but we've carried weight before. He's in great nick, and he'll be running a big race for sure.
The thinking behind the hood, Casper, he wears the hood this weekend.
Yeah, we keep it on this time. He's a bit more chilled out now, and I think he was good in his work the other day, so we said we'll leave it on. Normally we just put the parade hood on him, but leave this on and see how we go.
Just on his recent work as well, I thought it a fascinating combination. He galloped with Senor Toba.
Yeah, well, sometimes we just got to go with what partners we got, you know. And we both had the access to the grass, and he needed a nice hit out, as did Senor Toba, so it worked out really good, even though one's going for half his distance, so that's Indeed. The way you train horses, mate.
Are you happy where he's drawn? He's in gate number 2?
Yeah, he's all right. He'll get a good run from there.
And just talking of obviously carrying weight, it's not unheard of for this race. I think a couple of top weights have won this race down through the past. Captain Sweet and Little Giant, I think, were a couple, so it's not impossible. And last year, he ran a very good race in this, didn't he?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Look, he's a quality animal. But like I said, when you're giving away, for me, I'd respect Mr. Gibson's horse the most, really. You know, that 20 points is a lot of weight for a horse that he still hasn't reached his true potential.
And I know I don't want us to get too carried away, but obviously you were quoted in the press as saying that, you know, there's possibly the chance that he might get a few stamps in his passport, this horse. Is that very much the plan going forward still?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
And Japan would be where you'd have him?
Well, we'd look at everywhere. Japan, Australia, Dubai, you know. Hopefully the world's starting to open up, and hopefully Hong Kong gets on the bandwagon and gets the head out from where it should be, and we'll be in the right spot.
He could be a very exciting horse to do all that travelling with, couldn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Exciting then, as far as Skyfield in the future is concerned, but probably exciting for him on the weekend as well. But Casper highlighting that the dangers might come from lower down in the weights, Tom, and we've got here. Well, we'll have a look at the Chairman's Sprint Prize again, because it's almost a rerun without the winner in Wellington. Do they finish in the same sort of order? Is there a chance of some change?
Well, Computer Patch, he keeps running some decent races at big odds. I must admit I was a little disappointed, Paul, with how sort of Sight Success performed in this race, because there was a lot of market confidence for him, and he just never really found that much in the straight. I couldn't find too many excuses for him.
No, and he's drawn awkwardly as well. Look, I've put Computer Patch in because the horse is going really well at the moment. I thought it was a good, strong run from him, and he fought on really nicely. Look, Lucky Patch, the other horse that was the form horse going into the international, he had that fall, and look, he just doesn't look the same horse for me, so he doesn't go in. Lucky Patch.
Yeah, super well for you. A little bit unlucky, got held up in the run. Hot King Prawn, you could probably argue the same. This, Paul, though, is Cordyceps 6. Just switching to the outside. He doesn't win, but he's got a great record so far. He looks very dangerous.
He does, doesn't he? And at the weights, it's a race that really suits him. They've picked out a really good race for him here. He comes in with us 113 pounds. I guess to give Skyfield, who's the class horse, 120. So, look, I think he's the one to beat.
So do I. He run home here in 22.07, so he's put up some pretty good sectionals for this race. Has Cordyceps 6. You can see he's had 5 wins from his 11 starts. This season he's won 4 of his 8 starts, and he's only just a 3-year-old, Andrew.
Yeah, exactly. So there's still more to come. And off the weights, it may well be getting 20 pounds off the likes of Skyfield could be enough. But having said that, Tom, so does Nervous Witness.
Yeah, the thing I'm not convinced about is 1,200 metres. He's got a lot of early speed, but whether he's got the stamina in the end to see it out here. He was up near the pace, couldn't lead on this occasion because Classic Unicorn did poorly. He did cast a plate as well, so might have been a little excuse, but I've got question marks about 1,200.
Yeah, he hasn't raced over the 1,200 before, has he? He's always a 1,000-metre horse. He is a free roller. It's just, I've got him there on a very minor line, just in case he can. Look, you can see the weights really suit a horse like him in Cordyceps 6, don't they?
Yeah, 5 wins from that sort of bracket, 119 down to 115. There might have been the odd 113 there in the weights as well, but lightweights tend to prevail in these sort of handicap races.
Yeah, so it looks like, the class horses win, or it's the horses that still have rating points in hand. Back at the trials, though, Tom, anything to report here?
Yeah, well, Lucky Patch and Duke Y here. Duke Y was a winner a couple of runs ago on the all-weather. Lucky Patch, there was a fair bit of market support for him first up. Here he is second up. He's placed second up in the past. Francis Lloyd's sort of saying, Paul, he might be about 70-75% fit.
Yeah, that looks the case. He was pushed out in this trial. And Duke Y, I don't know if he's totally up to this class. So those 2 horses, they don't go in for me. No.
All right. Still at the trials, though, Paul, with Sight Success and Hot King Prawn. I thought you looked good this morning.
Yeah, a good trial. He's just got this awkward draw. He's going to have to need a bit of luck. He's going to try and get some cover, I think, wide. And as Tom said, Sight Success was a little bit disappointing last time, and another one with a wide draw. So, again, these 2 don't go in.
Yeah, they don't go in for me either. We know all the class at Hot King Prawn has got Sight Success. A 5-year-old who's won 7 of his 18 starts. But, yeah, his run didn't convince me at all last start.
All right. I don't want to rule out Hot King Prawn. Big effort to win, but I still think he deserves his place maybe on a mine line. At this stage, Paul, we're saying Cordyceps 6 the favourite.
Yeah, look, so I'm going to go with Cordyceps 6. I think the horse is a young horse. He's come in at the right weights under the handicap conditions. Skyfield's a class horse. That's why he's got that big weight to carry. The hood goes on as an interesting gear change for me as well. It might just make him a little bit more relaxed as he comes down. Computer Patch, he's going so well. And look, Nervous Witness, there is that unknown about the 1,200, but he's going to be out in front and out of trouble. 10, 1, 3 and 11.
Yeah, with a really light weight, I do like Cordyceps 6 here. He looks a really exciting 3-year-old for Richard Gibson. Alexi Bedell rides super wealthy, bit unlucky last time out. He's been poking up in a few of these races recently. Skyfield, and I will throw in Lucky Patch at a bigger price there for multiples. 10, 5, 1 and 2.
I got the same top 3 as Tom, just throwing Hot King Prawn in there as well for good measure.